Hello and welcome to another edition of Attractwell Office Hours. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of Attractwell, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hello, everyone. Really glad you're here today.
We are welcome. We're excited to have you guys here today, where we're going to be talking about lead generation for coaching and service-based businesses. If you're here today, you have probably looked this up, right? You've probably watched some videos. You may have read some blog posts, maybe even some books, or maybe even invested in courses or coaching to this end to get leads for your business. And what you may have found is that there is someone out there who learned a strategy and they are now charging for you to learn their strategy. And when you go and you try to apply it to your business, you find that maybe sometimes it works a little, a lot of the times it doesn't, and it just isn't consistent, right? Now, what I want to let you know today is that the efforts that you've been making are probably not wrong, or at least not wholly wrong. It's that in majority of cases, especially with coaching and service-based businesses, we're missing one key element on one side or other of the coin, right? So we're going to get into the whole picture here today. So regardless of what your personal preferences are, we're taking a holistic view. So you'll be able to identify what the next best steps are for you. And of course, because this is a live work call, if you want to work together and kind of iron out what this looks like for you, your business, and where you're going with it, we've got the capacity to do that. So welcome. Tractwell is an all-in-one platform for you to grow your coaching or service-based business, to serve the clients that you have, to get found and more, and scale your business. And we are here every Thursday at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time to give you the space to learn how to contextualize how these features work and the use cases that you would like to apply for your unique business. So welcome. We're excited to have you here today. Greg and I are going to pop out a video and get into these slides that I've prepared for you. Do know that as we are going through the content today, you are more than welcome to ask away, ask questions as they come up for you. Pop them into the live Q&A here on Zoom. So that we can make sure that those are well organized and that you are answered. So today we've got a lead generation masterclass. We're talking about the systems and strategies that work together on a reliable, consistent basis to bring you new leads that become your next best clients. So what we'll cover today is first to really address why even the correct things that we're doing don't consistently work, right? So you are very likely aware of what you should be doing, or you are doing things that you've maybe even seen they work sometimes, right? But there's a bigger picture that a lot of us are missing. And what we're going to talk about is this holistic approach, right? There are two sides to this coin and they need to be balanced. We need to make sure that we are taking a holistic approach to how we are addressing this issue or this need for our business. We'll talk about how to set a system like this up for yourself and importantly, keep it simple, because you didn't get certified in or decide to do the work that you do otherwise because you wanted to become an expert marketer. I want you to understand what the minimum viable effort looks like for you to be able to get the maximum results that you're looking for. And of course, as always, we have live help and Q&A. So if you are here looking for live help, if you signed up to work together, really recommend you now to go ahead and put your name into the Q&A, or at least I'd say so. Say it's you. We can see that it's you, but say that you're here for live help if that's the case. And if you didn't sign up for it, we've got space. Let us know. If you have questions or you would like to work on something live together today, add that to the Q&A and we will be sure to get to you. If you're watching this as a replay, come join us. We're live, as I mentioned before, Thursday at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. And this is open to anyone. If you are considering Attractwell, maybe you use other platforms for different purposes, you can come learn what it looks like to bring it all under one roof and get incredible human support that is here and willing and ready to help you right here at Attractwell. Now, we do save space on these live calls on Thursdays to work together. And if you would like to reserve a spot for yourself, that is possible. Attractwell.com/work review. If you want to make sure we can work together next week and you want some dedicated space for that, give me a little bit of heads up, then you can do that. Attractwell.com/work review is where you want to go for that. But if Thursday doesn't work for you for whatever reason, if you watch these as replays, or if you just need to hop on for something a little shorter, you can go to attractwell.com/live help. Pam offers multiple calls during the week at different times. So this might better fit your time zone or situation. And she is absolutely brilliant and can help you hands-on as well. If you'd like to hand off your projects to our team, you can ask for that too. So you can hop on attractwell.com/concierge, set up a no obligation discussion and get a quote for your project. All right. Tell me if this sounds familiar. We've read a few articles, right? We've maybe bought a course on lead generation. We've looked this up. We've watched some YouTube videos. We are getting an idea of what it looks like to get leads for the type of business that we have. And we've maybe even faithfully followed those systems that those things taught, right? We tried. We're posting, we're maybe doing some automated stuff. Maybe we built a funnel, a website, but the numbers seem to stay the same, right? Like our list isn't really growing. We're not necessarily bringing in new clients any more readily. What I need you to know is that it's not you, right? And you're probably not doing it wrong per se. Sure, there's probably room for improvement in some places, but most lead generation advice that's out there in the wide world for coaches and service providers, it's incomplete to start with. You could do it 100% correctly, whatever is being prescribed, and it might work for you, but there's a bigger chance that it doesn't, right? And that's by design, right? So when people need to know whether or not they should work with you, this is a personal choice, a personal decision. It's not like you're selling a product, right? Now, some of us may be selling products, and that's a slightly different conversation. But the product is not the program that you offer or the coaching you provide or your certifications. The product that you're offering is the outcome delivered by or with you, right? And so that means that we can't just market and promote in the same ways that we might market or promote or run ads, et cetera, to products, right? Or to landing pages, because we could do that all day based on some kind of an avatar that we build, but there still needs to be another piece to the puzzle, right? So let's talk about what the complete picture looks like. My favorite way to look at this is through the yin yang model, which is you guys are all familiar with a little circular symbol. You've got half of it more or less is black, the other is white. They are interlocked. They are inseparable. One can't exist without the other. There's light and dark, and that's actually the concept of yin and yang. It's the light and dark side of a mountain. So the yin side is passive, right? So this is the passive capture piece of your puzzle here. And what this means is in your lead generation strategy, we need to make sure that we always have something available that allows for passive capture. So this is something that builds trust and collects interest, right? So this is essentially building your list and nurturing it. So this is your funnel, it's your email list, and it is sending out and communicating with that list on a consistent basis and making sure that you are consistently promoting this passive lane so that you have a net beneath the active work that you do. The yang side of this model is your active connection, right? So a lot of lead generation trainings, articles, courses, et cetera, that you see out there are going to be focused on purely passive, quite often, or purely active measures, right? So purely passive would be build this funnel and collect all the leads you need to grow your business, right? Which again, if you're just selling a course that's for a particular vertical, that could work. But because of what I mentioned before, where the product isn't actually the thing that you're selling, the product is the outcome delivered by you. There's a personal touch here as a coach, as a service provider, right? This is a you thing. So that means there needs to be some active element too, right? We can't just fully automate this system, right? And we can't only rely on fully active, like networking and prospecting methods, because not everybody is ready to convert, right? So the active connection piece here is you showing up on a consistent basis, starting real conversations where your people spend time. This is you putting social content out there and interacting on it. This is networking. This is maybe speaking engagements. It is certainly social engagement. It is prospecting, right? It is networking. These are active things that we do when we go out, grow our network, and move conversations actively toward new clients or toward referrals, right? And the passive piece is sort of the net that sits beneath that work, right? That allows anyone who is aligned but not ready to have a place to go where they could eventually become your next best client when they're ready for it, right? That might be 6 months or even 2 years from now, but that's a sale that will make itself when that person is ready if we have the passive systems in place. Is that making sense? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense to you. All right, moving on to the next piece of this. So yeah, like I mentioned before, most of the resources that you'll find will focus on one of these and tell you that it's the end all, right? But we need both, and they need to be interconnected, just sort of like that yin and yang. They go together, they work together to balance each other and to make the other effective, right? So, getting back to what I was saying before, the difference for us as coaches, as service providers, is that our clients aren't buying a product. The result that is delivered through you is what they're buying. Ergo, trust and fit matter. And we can't communicate that solely through automated means, right? So most people are not necessarily ready to hop on a discovery call with you the first time they connect, whether that is a passive thing, like they see some social post, they like what they see there, but hopping straight to a call with you, that feels like too much for them. We need something that is lower friction, that is easier for them to engage with, right? So they need a way to actually get connected to you and to stay connected with you, so that over time they're able to see through the content and the value that you share that they are a fit. You're a fit for them, right? They're a fit for you, for the work that you do and what you provide. And for a lot of people, I would dare say a majority of people who see you, right? Whether that's on social, they find a post that you create when they search, or some content that you've created, most people will absolutely not be ready to buy from you right away. And most of them also are not going to be ready to directly interact with you right away either, because that feels like pressure, right? And if you are someone who, enjoys selling, I think understand that like it's a lot easier to knock it out of the park if someone is better qualified, right? Like you can have people who are lightly qualified, right? Like they maybe fit some demographic data, but there aren't other qualifying factors in place. Those are hard sales to make when the additional criteria aren't met. But those criteria become met over time as someone is on your list, right? So, what I want you to consider is starting with where they are. Put yourself in their shoes, right? Lead generation is going to work when you match what your ideal client is looking for, their search intent, right? Their desires right now, the goals that they want to reach, the problems they want to resolve themselves of, right? What are they trying to figure out that you can help with, right? And ultimately, that's not your credentials. It's not your method. It's not your program. It's not your process, right? It's the outcome that you deliver, right? It's the problems that they're naming right now that they want to solve. And so what we need to do is start showing up and having conversations about these things that matter to them, right? Outcomes that they want right now. And we need to do this in language that sounds like their life. It sounds like the conversations they're having with themselves and what they are quite literally putting into search fields, right? So this first lane, this passive capture piece of our yin-yang diagram, this is the first piece that I want to ensure that you have in place. I think everybody here knows how to go out and network to some extent, regardless of how well you like doing it. What we need to do first is make sure that we have a lead generating resource on our website that provides some kind of a quick win, right? We need to have some way to get their information and promise that we'll stay in touch with things that they will like to open and engage with, right? So this is a critical piece of the puzzle. If you were to only engage by going out and actively seeking networking, speaking opportunities, DMs, prospecting, selling because you're good at it, you are leaving an absolute boatload of money on the table long term, because the majority of people are not ready to interact in the way that you're trying to interact right now, right? So having a piece like this working for you in the background, having it be a gentle on-ramp from a conversation, let's say, that isn't quite ready to move ahead to a quote, right? Or to an invite to a more substantive targeted conversation, we can say, hey, I've got this thing. It's free. Would you like it? Right? And if that's a fit for them, they get onto your list, right? And what this does is it builds context and trust over time, and that will make someone ready who would have been ready, if they were meant to be ready, it will make them ready over time without you having to chase them or pressure them or push them. And of course, it is just collecting the lead for you because this is an automated process on the back end, and it moves them toward your offer, right? And we want to make this easy to find, this lead generating resource. So what we're talking about here is your funnel, right? And so we want to take the landing page for your funnel where they actually put in their name and email, and we want to put this in your link in bio on your socials, in your website menu, on your business card, maybe put a QR code in your keynotes that you use in speaking engagements, or if you do vendor tables, right? And you want to put this link on every piece of content you publish, whether that is a podcast, a YouTube video, or of course your blog with Attractwell. Now, your content, speaking of, is the on-ramp, right? This is how people are able to move toward closer and more intimate engagement with you in service of how you can help them, right? So what I want to encourage you to do is to publish, right? And make this something that you do regularly. If once a week isn't doable for you, do it once a month. Consistency is more important than intensity here. We want to be able to allow people to build habits of interacting with us, right? And so even if you can't make it happen on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, simply starting to get into this habit once a month of putting this out is going to do wonders for your business long term, right? So with this content, each piece should answer one real question, and it should point to your opt-in. So point to the landing page for your funnel. And it needs to offer, of course, as it does, a landing page does, a way to subscribe and stay connected to you. And this is how people are going to be able to passively find you when you're not actively networking, and where people are curious, but they're not ready to talk with you, right? They're not ready. They're not open to DMs. They would find that maybe to be too pushy, or maybe you're concerned about being pushy. This is how people can engage with you, right? In a passive way, such that they become more active and interested in communicating with you directly later. Now, our young side here, active connection, where we show up, you want to go where your ideal client already spends their time and engage, right? So these are social platforms in a lot of cases, but absolutely this is belly to belly too, if that's a fit for your business, especially if you do business locally, right? So what we're doing on social platforms is we're contributing. We're not pitching, even our content or our landing pages. We're contributing value. We put the link in bio. Let them be curious, or obviously you can make offers contextually where they're appropriate. You go to local events, you go to meetups, professional groups, see about getting yourself booked speaking somewhere, if that's something that you're inclined toward. You could be a guest on a podcast, on webinars, publish guest articles with different publications. Lots of great options to that end that are out there. And then start conversations, whether this be on your own social, in groups you're a part of, build relationships there. Right. And then when there's context, for sure, you can say, I actually have a free thing on my website that does that thing that we're talking about right now. Right. We want to think about this as just being a thing in our back pocket, very conveniently comes out when it's time. Right. So what we're doing here is not leading with the offer. We're leading with the value of connection and what it is that you're actually contributing and providing in these social settings. Right. So being socially active in the places where it counts so that you can be seen, grown to be trusted by the people who are there, right? They start to associate you with the solutions that they may be looking for. Now, what does this look like on a consistent basis? Because again, remember, consistency really is the most important piece of all of this. So what I recommend is one long form content piece per week. So this could be a blog post. If you prefer video, you could do that, like a YouTube video, maybe 10 minutes long. A podcast, also a great idea if that is something that you are into. And again, if you can't do it weekly, do it monthly. That's fine. But I do recommend that you email your list once a week, whether you've got new content or not. So put the blog post, podcast, video, whatever in, like, link to it in the email that you send when you publish it. But if you don't have something for every other week of the month, point to a social post that you made and invite people to come engage with you, right? What we're doing with this is we're building a habit of you for them. And if we want to be able to efficiently move people toward ready in this passive way, we've got to be consistent and we've got to show up talking about what they want to hear, right? So do that on social and do that in the inbox for the people who say, yes, I find you interesting, but I may not yet be ready to move forward to hire you or even to get on a call with you. So we want to also, in our networking efforts, really endeavor to have a few intentional conversations each week. And intentionally, basically meaning we want to suss out whether or not this could be a client or a referral source for clients or someone from with whom we could publish content, be interviewed, etc. Consistent follow-up, right? So leads don't go cold. This is something that you're going to want to make sure that you're doing on a manual basis, which we do have supporting structures in Attractwell. I'll show you how to use here in just a moment, making sure that you are staying on top of those conversations and connections. And that's it. That's it. Release some content, send it to the people who opt in, promote the front door to your funnel widely, make sure that you are out there intentionally connecting with people. Those who are ready will move forward to book with you and then potentially become your clients. Those who are not ready to engage in that way are interested in you. They are listening. They're just not ready yet, and they will become ready eventually if we're consistent, right? So Attractwell handles the behind the scenes of this for you. So you've got your website and your funnel on your website to capture and qualify your leads, your email to nurture and follow up with those leads who signed up for your list, a booking system for you to capture appointments and for you to have qualified conversations with those leads, and contact management for you to track context and next steps with the leads that you are networking with or with whom you have had a booking. And this is all in one place, one dashboard, no need for 12 integrations, and you can sell your offers with us too. So the same system will take payment and facilitate your onboarding and so on. Now, here's what I want you to do next. I want you to, if you haven't done so already, take the Client Funnel Challenge course. If you are an Attractwell member, this is free for you. And this funnel captures leads and puts the most ready in front of an opportunity to engage with you, like book a call, right away. Now, those who aren't ready are going to be nurtured long-term. So essentially, it creates the entire scenario that you want, right? You have a free thing, and if someone wants that thing, they're very likely an ideal client for you. They say, yes, I want it. They give you their name and email. The next thing they see is, oh, hey, by the way, if you're looking to solve this bigger problem that I know you want to solve because you just got this free thing, I'll have a chat with you if you want. Here's what we'll talk about. Do you want to sign up for it? And for the next handful of days to a week, we're offering that. And if they don't say yes to that, they're going on to our long-term nurture list, where they're going to see the blog post, podcast, or video that we release, or the link to a social post that we're inviting them to engage on, or we're just sharing some thoughts and ideas and inviting them to engage us back, right? So make sure, if you haven't done this yet, that you follow through this course. These are short videos. There are done for you resources that you can go in and modify. And it is soup to nuts, everything you need to know. Templates, worksheets, AI prompts, short videos, all of that, right? And then the final thing, which I'll be showing you how to do today as well, is to learn how to create and update contact cards with notes and to-dos for your contacts. So for the people that you are actively prospecting, that you are connecting with, who maybe fall into different categories for you. Maybe they're a referral source, maybe they're a potential client. I'm going to show you what it looks like to add and keep up to date your records for those folks. All right, so let's go take a look at that, and then we'll get into some live help and Q&A. All right, so starting over here, and by the way, we have some really exciting updates I'm going to share with you guys here shortly, as well as some really cool stuff that Greg has put together in the platform. First things first, if we go over here to the Success Academy in Attractwell and we click online resources and courses, you're looking for this first one right here, Client Funnel Challenge. When you click through here, click Launch Course. This is going to add you to a vault in the Attractwell member area. Let me show you something here real quick. Little something about this, because there are two different options for you to pursue when you get into the Client Funnel Challenge. We have a discovery call funnel and we have a webinar funnel. Okay, so if you are someone who requires a conversation with a lead in order to be able to start working with them, take this path. If you are selling something that is a bit more leveraged, group coaching, things like that, choose this, right? So if you don't want a conversation with a lead, choose this. That's not going to be the majority of us. The majority of us want this one, especially if you're newer to selling what it is that you offer. Highly recommend that you start with this one. So get yourself in here. Guys, this is something that could absolutely be sold for thousands of dollars for everything that it includes. Highly recommend that you take advantage of what's here. As you're going through it, if you need help with implementing any of the steps, you want feedback on what you're doing, click right here on Get Help from a Real Person, and you can sign up for help on office hours and get that feedback from me. Hop on a group help call with Pam and get her feedback and her hands-on help as well. And then you could also contact support or go to our Facebook group. We've got lots of fantastic ways to stay in touch with the team. All right. So client funnel challenge, that's the first thing. Really, really recommend that you have that in place. Once you have that, that landing page for your offer, you can actually go into your contact settings menu here under general settings, and you could maybe put a link here to access the freebie, right? You could also, as Jane has done here as our example, we could also put in an invitation to a discovery call here in the signature too. So that's always there for anyone who's on the list, right? All right. So coming over here, I just saw that comment there. Yes, exciting updates about to blow your mind. Greg has always got something up his sleeve, you guys. It's true. All right. So now let's come over here back to the dashboard. Let's say that you are on social media, or you just went to a BNI event, or you met somebody in line at the grocery store. Whatever that looks like for you, you're going to come over here to your dashboard. You can from your contacts menu, you could go over here and click this add button. That's one option. Another thing that you could do here as well is click create and click create contact, and that will also take you right here to this page. Now you can put in your contacts information here. You can add their photo. You can add tags. So I'm going to go ahead and just create an example one here for someone that we met at the Chamber of Commerce, perhaps. I don't have their email address yet. Maybe this is somebody I didn't meet at the chamber. I met them on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm prospecting on LinkedIn and I met this person. So I don't have email, phone, etc. yet, and that's fine. But I am going to add LinkedIn here as a tag because I am actively prospecting on LinkedIn, and all my LinkedIn people, I want to make sure I've got a tag for them, right? Now, if this is somebody who is a coaching lead for me, then I might also create a tag for coaching lead. If I think this is a referral partner, potentially, I could say potential referral partner and create a tag for that if I wanted to, right? I'm just going to keep LinkedIn here for now. If I wanted to add company name and title, I could. Point is, you don't need to have everything to get started with this. I am going to maybe put her LinkedIn profile here so that I could easily go back and find it, right? Background information, met in small business LinkedIn group, has a laundromat business and struggles with stress and personal boundaries. Maybe I am a wellness coach, a holistic wellness coach. I'm putting this background information in here. Maybe it has 2 kids and a dog. Just because this is something that I can use for my rapport building to recall, maybe I'll grab her kids' names and pop them in there and say, hey, how's so-and-so doing, et cetera, dog name too. This is all stuff I'll deal with later, but I'm just going to put my initial info in here and create the contact. Now, this background information, again, this is the kind of stuff that you want to be able to just sort of quickly be able to reference. But the more detailed notes that you take, you're going to go right down here to past actions. And I'm going to make a note. And this is from a conversation that we had earlier today at noon. We talked on LinkedIn, DM on LinkedIn, talked about her weight loss goals for the new year. By the way, I could dictate this note right here if I wanted to. Struggles with consistency, could be open to a group program. All right, I want to give myself a to-do. I want to pick this conversation back up in a couple of days. So I've got, when I put this in, I'm going to add a past action for myself. And I want to remind myself to maybe check back in and just, keep the conversation going casually. I don't want to, push too hard with this. So I'm just going to tell myself to pick up convo on the second. So I'm going to add a to do for myself here. So that's going to, I'm going to be reminded to do this on Monday. And all this information is here. I can go back and edit and add more of this later on and save it. There's a new fun feature here, which we'll talk about later, but you can now actually search. If I wanted to type in weight loss, obviously there's only one note here, but it would take me straight to the thing that I'm looking for, which is super cool. So yeah, I could check this off later on as I get more of her information. I could, provide her with a link to book with me. I could take her information down and edit this card and put more information into it, right? So this is really simple, really easy to use, right? And if you discover down the road that she's actually opted in, once you get her email and you're actually communicating with her, you could go in and merge the contacts together so that they're all in one file. And of course, this remains the same contact card that is used if this person becomes your client and you want to onboard them, you take payment from them, book more client calls with them, et cetera, right? So all of those things are doable there. All right. So, hey, Claudia, I see that you're here and thank you so much. I will be bringing you out here in just a minute. I'm going to go through a couple of these updates and then we're going to chat together. Yeah, let's talk about how to merge these contacts. So let's just say, I'm going to look them up and here we go. So here, this is the one that I made and then she opted in on my website. So I'm going to go ahead and select both of these. And then under actions, merge is the very first option. And I'm going to make this one the primary contact because it's got all of the details, but it is going to import the other information over. So I'm going to go ahead and preview the merge and then just make sure that it has everything. And it does. Maybe I want to, like, this is her website. Maybe that is something that I'd prefer to have over her LinkedIn, right? So yeah, super simple and easy. I can merge these and now I just have one contact for her, right? And our to-dos would also be here as well, which this one actually already has a bunch of them. There you go. There's that pickup combo that we created. We got to send a birthday card here as well. It's a day off on the birthday, though. It's a late one. Anyway, so that is how we go through with merging these contacts. All right, so we have a few really cool things that Greg put into place in the system. I'm going to run through these, and I'm going to bring Claudia out to work together. Now, the first thing is, have you ever, for those of you who use Attractwell, have you ever been maybe editing an email and you wanted to apply a template to it, like the design of a template to it, but you don't or you struggle with it because, well, the way it used to work is if you applied a new template, it would erase all of the stuff that you already had in the message that you were building. So let me show you what this looks like. So I'm over here in campaigns and here's my $27 journal download. This is going to be a great way for you to maybe apply branding design to your existing email offers in your campaigns, for instance. So here's a lead magnet delivery campaign. So, or actually this is paid. Anyway, so here's our journal download. I'm going to take a look at this and you could see, oof, that's really simple. Let me see if I can find one that actually has a better, let's use this one because I know that this one has content. Yeah, there we go. So it's pretty simple. It's kind of boring. It's effective. That's fine. It's fine as is. But what if I want to brand it? I'm going to open it up and I'm going to edit it in the drag and drop email builder. Check that out. Okay. Now, if I wanted to change the template here, I could click change template, but then what would happen is I would lose everything, right? So what I'm going to do is change this to the lead magnet day 0. And I'm going to combine into existing content. Now, everything is still here. You can see that this is actually the original text from from the original email. And I can actually move that right on up here into my template. Just drag it up to where I want it to go, which is right here. And I'm going to change the background color here just to make sure that it fits in with the color above it. So this is the message body background here. All right. And I'm going to change my text here so that it's white, right? So I could just make these modifications and then my um, have my font. There we go. I still didn't change that background. Yeah, here we go. Background color, I want to be this one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is I just turned the email that I had that was super boring into a much prettier, more interesting one. And you don't have to jump through hoops to do it. So if you have created templates for yourself, or if you want to use the ones that we've provided for you, you can easily apply those now to your existing messages, whether you are doing that in the like sending an email broadcast, or in this case, making a campaign or editing an existing one. Now, another thing, and this is something that I did show you guys here just a little bit ago. Let me go and find that contact here where we could maybe find a maybe ebook. There we go. Here's everything about an ebook that she would have received, right? If I want to look up LinkedIn, I could find all my conversations with her about LinkedIn in this list. So searching past actions used to look like just checking off a type of past action. So you had to remember how you categorized it. But now you can just search for a word and you can find all kinds of notes. This is going to be particularly valuable for those of us who take voluminous notes or need to reference detailed notes for clients, right? This is going to be maybe a little less applicable for prospecting, but 100% it's going to be a huge time saver, I think, for us for clients. Now, another that is really cool, it's going to save you a ton of time, is over here in the files in our content library. Let's say, for instance, and I definitely dealt with this week, I had a PDF and there was a Canva template link in it that stopped working for some reason. Well, what that would normally look like is I need to create a brand new file in Canva that has the updated link in it. And then I've got to re-upload it to Attractwell and then go find all of the places that I put the other link of the one that's now like incorrect. Well, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to go hunt down the link. I can click more actions and click replace. And then I can put a new version of this PDF here so that wherever it showed up originally, it's still there and it is now updated, right? So you're updating the link that's associated, or sorry, the file that's associated with the link that you create when you have a file. Massive time saver here. I've got two more things, I think. Yeah, basically two more things for you guys. Let's see. First, let's take a quick look at texting, our two-way texting here. If you have this enabled, it's a great way to be able to provide a value add, ad hoc communication with clients, et cetera. But sometimes we think of a response or we want to make sure that we remember to send something when we're back and forth with someone, but we don't want to disturb them because this is text. It's going to their phone. We don't want to disturb them because it's late, right? Or it's late in their time zone or whatever that looks like. So you can actually come over here where you would normally send and long press. And you can actually schedule a message that goes out to the person that you're chatting back and forth with using this feature in Attractwell. Now, if you are trying to broadcast a message to a list of people or to a couple of people or however many it might be that are subscribed to text from you, then that's obviously something that is perfectly capable. Obviously, you're going to do that with marketing. This is more of a one-off, like I am directly communicating with someone and I want to send a message to them later, right? Maybe it's a happy birthday text to them. And this doesn't use up your marketing credits either. So you can actually schedule this for another time and date, which is super cool. Another really awesome thing, you guys are going to love this one. If you head over to your Zoom meetings and you go to settings, you can now upload a profile photo and customize your personal meeting ID. That's huge. Let me see another. And I think this might be the final one. Yeah, if you use the Attractwell store feature. So if you are using e-commerce, if you go to your collections and you edit a collection, you now have the ability to alphabetize the products in your collection if you choose, right? So I think they're added here in the order they're created, and you can certainly drag them as well. But if you'd prefer that they're alphabetized, that is an option here to organize those. So many updates. Greg's always got just something new up his sleeve. I don't know when he sleeps. All right. Let me pop over here to our Q&A and I will bring out, isn't that so exciting? I see that. All right, Claudia. Hey, how can we help you today, Claudia?
Hi. First of all, those were great improvements. Thank
Right?
you. Yeah. Second, I'm not on video, but I guess doesn't matter.
That's fine.
Uh, so if you could go to my website, it's
Mhm.
luminabodymind.com.
Okay.
So there are two things that are important if you could take care of.
Mhm.
And then one, I want to make sure the branding, I think there's definitely some improvement in terms of the colors too, in particular with what I'm offering.
Okay. So far, this is nice. You've done a very good job here. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so is where would you like to look first? What would you like to take a look at first?
Well, since we're at the first page, I want to take the calendar out. I just want people to be able to contact me at that email address. I want to disconnect. Yeah, just to be able to do that. Uh,
Okay.
where do,
Oh, is this the
yeah.
discovery call? Uh,
Yeah, so maybe instead of I see, attaching the calendar to that,
mhm.
just put contact Claudia, right?
Yeah. Is this a temporary change?
No, no, it's not. I'm finding I'd rather screen my people first.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. So then what we would do here in that instance is you would go to settings, leads, and first you would enter any information you want to put on the lead capture form. And we would want to change this from book a discovery call. So maybe we'll say get in touch, right?
Oh
Uh, and
yeah,
then
great.
and then here we'll say I'm looking forward to
Sure.
hearing from you.
Yeah,
And here we'll say fill out the information below and I'll be in touch.
and I'll
Um,
get back to you. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, we might not want to use exit intent here. So this is when the visitor tries to leave the page. This is really going to be a better fit for when you're trying to catch them before they leave and maybe offer them something for free. But this
Hmm.
would be, we want specific intent. Someone wants to get in
Yeah.
touch with you. So I'm going to leave that unchecked here and not use this as a pop-up, but allow this to be something that only pops up when they click the button, which is what's going to happen. So for fields and booking, we're not going to show a calendar. Right?
Okay.
So we'll uncheck that. And is there anything that you want to know about them aside from their name and email?
Uh, Name, email. Yeah, the phone number is great for
Okay.
sure.
So we'll provide that. But do you want to ask them questions before, or maybe
Uh,
provide them with space to tell you about what they're interested in communicating with you about?
yeah.
Do you want to
What
just
do
leave it at this? What would you like to talk about?
yeah.
Okay.
How can I be of service to you?
Okay.
How can I be of service to
Okay.
you? Yeah.
Excellent. So we'll give them a long text field so they've got enough space to type. And then
Hmm.
after they register, what we want to do is I'm going to put a no campaign for now. But we will want to address this because after they put in their name and email, we want to acknowledge that they have sent us something and what their expectations should be. And we're going to do that via this campaign that we connect and via the page that we send them to next. Do you have a confirmation page yet?
For various things, well, for payment, but not for people calling in
I
or
see.
reaching out. Okay,
Okay.
so that's what I need to make.
Yeah, here, let's see.
Information page.
Yeah, so let's see. What is this one? I see. Yeah, we'll do a very simple one. I'm just going to do a I'm
Uh,
going to use a blank page and just make this super simple. And I'm going
yeah,
to add a one column section, and I will say,
with my colors.
yeah,
Yeah.
you could certainly go back and apply these here. Um,
Uh,
I look forward to connecting with you soon. And here we'll say, thank you for your interest. Um,
nice talk.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Nice talking with you.
Well, they haven't talked with you yet, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is where they go. So that they're on your homepage. They say, I would like to talk with her. They put in their name, their email, their phone, maybe their phone number, and then they tell you what they want to talk about. And then this is where they go after they hit the
Oh,
button.
sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you for your interest. Please add my email to your inbox, or sorry, to your contacts now, so you don't miss what's coming your way.
Oh,
Right?
beautiful. Yeah.
And then if you what we'll do here is we'll say if you don't see an email from me within the
With the,
next 10 minutes, get in touch. All right. And so what we'll do here, let me just go ahead and center this as well. Um, and I'll put a button here that says contact me, and we will hyperlink that to hashtag contact. So that's going to be the pop-up, and we'll make that a
okay.
button.
Wow.
Yeah. And there we go. So this is going to be just a very simple confirmation page. And so I'm just going to call this all-purpose confirmation page. Um,
All
look for
purpose.
an email from me soon. And that's going to be up in the tab. And this will be a confirmation, just a generic confirmation that's available by link only.
Okay.
And I'm not going to show a header, or well, actually I can show the header. That's fine. Yeah, we can show both of these. Do you use light or dark mode in your website? Let me see. I think you're all pretty light. So I'll keep
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I'll keep these light. Okay, so we're gonna save this. We can take a quick look at it.
And I can change. So within 10 minutes, meaning I need to be prompt.
Oh, no. There's an automation that's going to happen here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to send, so the campaign that we're going to attach to that page is going to be an acknowledgement, right? So I will, I will be getting back in touch with you within the next 48 hours or something like that. But we want to send them something right
Great.
away that says that what they did was successful,
Yeah.
right? All right. So this, we're going to call this campaign. We'll add one. This is going to be, um, this is about acknowledging. Oh, let me just talk to this. This is so
Uh,
cool. Okay. This campaign acknowledges interest from website visitors who fill out a form requesting a conversation. It should let them know that I will be in touch with them within the next 48 hours to set up a time to talk and explore the conversation further. How about that? All right, so
yeah.
let's see what it
Awesome.
does. And we're just going to have one message, and let's go ahead and create it. And you can make any adjustments to this that you like.
Mm-hmm.
But once this is done, we can go and connect this to that form along with that confirmation page. And at that point, you're now engaging the way that you want to. So the campaign name is Conversation Starter 48-Hour Promise. So this is, I'm going to call this web interest form
Great.
reply, right? Thanks for reaching out. Let's connect soon.
Mm.
Visiting my website and requesting a conversation. Wanted to personally let you know that I've received your inquiry. I'm excited to learn more about your specific needs, explore how I can help you move forward.
Mm-hmm.
What happens next? I'll be reaching out within the next 48 hours to coordinate a time to chat that works best for your schedule. In the meantime, if you have any urgent questions or specific topics you want to ensure we cover, feel free to reply directly to this email. Talk soon. All right. And
Got it.
do
Or
you have
you mean
a Do you have a signature set up in Attractwell?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So in that case, we'll just create the campaign. And I need to go into settings though, because we do want to make this email only. And that should be good to go. Okay, so coming back here to this homepage, because again, we want to make sure that we're not sending people to your calendar, but that we are, here, let me reload this page. All right, we want to make sure that we're just giving them an opportunity to connect with you. So if we go here to what to do after they register, we're going to send them to interest form. There's that campaign. And
Okay.
then this is going to be the confirmation, all-purpose confirmation page. And here we want to say web interest form, perhaps. So somebody who fills out this, I want to chat with you. You could
Mhm.
obviously make modifications to that. But now what's going to happen is if someone visits your website and they come here and they see this, they can click here, they fill out this information, and you can get in touch. And you may want to modify what you're saying in this section here on your page so that it better
Yeah.
fits the expectations.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all set. I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, I may need to do a little editing in the verbiage, but
Yeah, yeah. I would definitely revisit what's being promised in this section here about a discovery call because you are kind of vetting and deciding whether or not you want to have a discovery call with that person, right? So
yes.
so in that case, you might because we're not actually letting them sign themselves up for a 30-minute call from here. So what I would consider doing is just modifying what you're saying
Mm,
here so that it's more
yeah.
clear that what the experience they're about to embark on is one where they request your attention and you respond within 48 hours.
Yeah. So maybe just in that button, right, let's talk or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And instead of promising a 30-minute Zoom call, you can say, tell me more, fill out the form below or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Can we do something else?
Sure.
Let's talk. Um, so this I'm a little surprised that didn't work. I sent yesterday a link for payment from the vault to one contact,
Hmm.
and the gentleman said it didn't work. And
Okay.
on my end, it was working. F-
Mm.
For one thing, they have to create a password.
Hmm.
So I want. So I want
Okay, so
to.
you sent the link. So the link that you sent to him is this one, the checkout page.
Oh, I didn't know I didn't go there. If you click the arrow vault setup, where the list is of the different vaults, there was, oh, here on this page, get link. That's what below. That's what I
Mm.
sent him.
Okay. I'm curious if this is the same one. Let me see. I mean, it should be. Yeah. So here's what I'm
Oh,
seeing. Let me show you in a different here we go. Oh, I see. Yeah, the payment options aren't populating here. Is that what you're saying? Like when putting the information in, the payments aren't populating?
oh, uh, oh, right. Yeah, that's true. So I tested it on me. I set up the password and I put the coupon code for him
Hmm.
since he did have one, and then I saw all the different options. But you saying that, yeah, the option should
Oh,
appear on that page.
I see. Okay.
So,
So what we have here, the only payment option that you have active is one that requires a coupon code. So my recommendation would be to maybe have maybe this one, we'll activate this one just for
uh-huh.
now. And let me come back over and refresh and I'll show you. I mean, I guess it could be that if you put that coupon code in, yeah, there we go. This is where it's probably getting confusing.
Okay.
So when you only have this one and it's the only option, it's not
Mhm.
going to be clear unless you put it down here in this message that shows up on the page that in order for this option to even appear, they have to put in the coupon code, right?
I,
So
I,
there,
I,
so he would have had to go in and put this coupon code in on the site. He would need to know to do it. So let me show you what happens. Let me turn this off and I'm going to come back over here and show you. See if I
Mhm.
obviously not knowing that. All right, here we go. I'm going to move my share back over so you can see the other screen. So right now, because the only plan that's enabled is a coupon code plan, it's not going to show up here. So you need to have another plan visible, or you're going to tell that person to come here and tell them that his payment option isn't going to appear unless he puts in this code. And when he does,
Yeah.
there you go. Now he
And
can,
I did tell him that in my
he,
email.
he might not have
Uh,
done that. that might
yeah.
have been the issue. It might have been that he didn't see any payment option at all. And
Right.
so maybe it just wasn't clear enough to him that he needed to do that. So my recommendation generally is going to be to have, if you're using a coupon code, that you have your standard pricing available and then just make very, very, very clear, use this coupon code because and obviously if your standard pricing is more expensive than this other one,
Mhm. Yeah.
then then you're going to be able to it'll be easier for them to understand that that's what they need to do, right? Because they'll see that price and say, oh wow, no, that's not what we talked about. Oh right, I have to put in the coupon code. Because the only way for this to work without you know telling him and making sure that he does this is to either again just make abundantly clear you will not be able to move forward unless you put in your coupon code, or what is easier to kind of facilitate behavior that you want here is to enable another payment plan that he would not want and make sure that he knows about the code. And so then he can say, oh, wow, yeah, no, I don't want to pay $1,000 for this. I want to pay, $420 for this. Right.
Right. Reality check. Great
Exactly.
deal.
Yeah,
You
exactly. So
do
yeah,
it.
so long as this is the only payment available, he's just going to have to put in the coupon code in order
Right.
to be able to access that payment option.
I love that. That was good. Thank you.
Of course, of
Um,
course.
thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely. Yeah. So maybe I think I'll schedule an appointment with Pam. There was one page in particular for my branding, but thank you so much. Our time is over, and have a great day, Ashley.
Thank you, Claudia. I hope you do the same. All right, I did see a question in here from Abby. How do I upload my EPUB file and set it up to be automatically downloaded when someone purchases my course? Now we can't, well, I don't know that it can't is probably the wrong word. I'm sure there's a way if you want to play with code, and this would be a Gregor Collin thing. If you want to like have someone arrive somewhere and then like the download happens automatically, I don't think you want to do that. But if you want the download to be available for them, so let's just say someone purchased and you want to send the download option automatically. Abby, what you're going to do in your Attractwell account, I am still in Claudia's, is you're going to go to your files here in your content library, files right here. You are going to upload that EPUB file here, and that will provide you with a link. So you can get the link. So here's her PDF. Yours would be an EPUB. And then in the campaign that you apply to your contact at the point of purchase in the day zero message, you would go in on day zero and you would put a link in. Promise I'll delete this in a second, Claudia. Here's a link to the file, and we could say we need to edit the link so that the text says download now. And then we can change the style to a button if we want. And now this is going to go out to your people automatically, right? So wherever you're selling your course, so if that's from a sales page, then you would connect this campaign at the point of purchase on the sales page itself. Or if you're selling it in a Vault checkout, you would create, you could actually put this into the Welcome to Vault campaign. So in a Vault, let me go ahead and get rid of this because this is real. But in the vault, you could edit the Welcome to Vault campaign and include a link to that in that message. So that's going to be in the entry settings. And you can see the entry campaign here. We have a default one, but you can modify what campaign this is. So I would connect that here too. And that's correct, Lisa. That is also what you would do for a lead magnet. You would put that in the day zero of the message that's going out at the point of opt-in or at the point of purchase if you're something that is selling, or if you're selling something. Let's see. Hi, Paula. What would you suggest my lead generating resource should be on my homepage? Oh gosh, you help like in so many ways. This is a big question, Paula. Okay, let's see. Oh, goodness. Okay, I do agree that having a pathway that's lower friction than a call with you. I mean, why anybody wouldn't want to just hop right onto a call with you is beyond me. But there are going to be people who are like, I'm scared, right? And we want to empower them and move them in the direction of being comfortable with getting on a call with you. Gosh, you do beautiful work. This is so nice. Do you see how that just animates, guys? Paula is so good at this. So what I would say, something that would just be really interesting, valuable, and an obvious no-brainer for someone who lands here, right? So I would think for you, Paula, this would be maybe how to start a devotional practice, maybe some devotional journaling prompts that you deliver once a day for a week. So many ways, directions you could go with that. I would certainly lean heavily into the work that you've done in ministry and counseling, and just consider what some of the baby steps look like. Because when you think about your person, your woman who is interested in building more of this presence in her life, she wants to deepen her walk. Then there are very overwhelming ways to address this, but then there are very welcoming, easy wins that we can introduce her to. So I would think about what some of the lowest friction opportunities are there. And I don't know, you guys, would you like it if Paula maybe came on sometime, if she would allow us to like pick her brain on her design decisions? Because it's so good. Just so beautiful. Do you guys see this? It's so good. Look at this. Oh, look at the podcast. Oh, so good. Anyway, so yeah, I'm seeing some yes here. So yeah, I would think for you, Paula, baby steps on things that are going to be very obviously attractive to your people. And I would remember this, what is obvious to you, like, duh, obvious. They wouldn't want that. You're second guessing yourself and thinking that it's not valuable enough. It's magic to them. Right. So to people who don't know, especially with the depth that you're able to provide, given the walk that you've already led, I would really think what baby steps look like. So, and let's get in touch. I would like to interview you here at some point if you're open to it for this audience. All right, let me see if there's, I think that was the last question here. I'm going to shoot you an email, Paula, and look forward to chatting with you soon. All right. Thank you guys for being here, for being incredible. We are going to have a fun training next week that is centered on something that I actually taught here a few years ago. Haven't revisited it in a bit. If you are interested in optimizing how you manage your time, how you draw your boundaries so that you can get work done and also have time for yourself, and you want to get that connected to how AttractWell shows you as busy or not available during the times that you're doing those things, whether that's deep work or self-care. We are going to be talking about that next week. So calendar training, if you guys want to get into it, we'll be here next week, same time. Hope you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll see you then. Take care.